Hi, I'm Jill, and this is my sister Jennifer.
Hi.
And we are Common Mystics, and we are excited to introduce to you our friend and the lovely lady, author, and the psychic matchmaker, Miss Deborah Graham. Yay!
Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here. How are you guys doing?
We're good. How are you?
Amazing. I'm so excited to be back on your guys' show. So thank you again for allowing me to share my gift with everyone and being able to have this great experience with you girls. You guys are so adorable.
Oh,
I love your
yeah.
guys' energy. You girls are really got great juju. Like you guys got
Aw.
amazing energy.
Oh,
Thank
we
you.
have our first caller is in the waiting room, Miss Natalie. Let's admit her now.
Okay, are you ready, Deborah?
The question is she ready? You're going to you're taking
Oh,
this at your own risk. As always, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to connect between you and God. So whatever comes in, be prepared because I'm going to go deep. I'm going to go large and I'm going to say it like it is because I don't hold anything back. But I think you girls already know that.
We're
Okay,
aware
we're
and we
excited.
love it. We love that about you. All right, here comes Natalie.
Hi.
Hi, Natalie.
Hi.
So we have Deborah. Do you have your question for her?
Yeah. I was wondering. I feel like I've had this kind of awakening real recently, and signs are kind of pointing to that. I guess I was wondering, like, kind of what my path is. If that's is that too general?
No, you want to know where the heck you're going. You want to figure out
Yes.
what is your purpose, girl. So just give us your month and date only, so I'm able to go deep and large into your soul, into your spirit, because first comes God, then comes you and everything else, because all I'm going to do is going in there deep and large, and basically you're taking this at your own risk. So just need your month and date, please. Thank
Sure.
you.
Yes. August 9th.
Woo, you're a strong-willed person. You grew up very quickly, very fast. You've had a very structured life, Natalie, but I feel like you're finally getting connected with the earth and the soil right now. So this is why the universe is giving you that aha moment, because things have been a bit like a roller coaster on and off the last 10 to 15 years. I repeat, the last 10 to 15 years. It's almost like you've been trying to identify, who am I? Where am I? Where am I going? Where am I belonging? So you feel like you've been held back and you've been holding on to everything. So it's almost like you're having an emotional enema. Would you agree, Natalie?
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
And this is part of your rebirth process. This is part of you becoming more authentic with yourself because you are the black sheep. You're not like everybody else in your family. In fact, you chose your parents. This was part of your life path. And you do have a life path 5. What does that mean? That means that one person made you make them easy, make them quick, make them bad. Natalie has to do it again and again and again. So you can choose to live your life naturally and organically and do the work, or you can choose to come back in your next life. Which one is it, Natalie?
I don't know.
That's scary if you don't know. So that means that you're going to continue going through this lost aha moment, kind of like being in the middle of the ocean, no paddle, no engine. So it's almost
I
like
don't want to come back.
right. So you need a Deborah Graham anima. You need to clear out the fear and release those psychic attacks because that's what is happening energetically and physically. You're absorbed by all this emotion, and it's almost like you're frozen in time, if that makes sense. And now you're trying to reconnect with that 3-year-old little girl that is coming out. So tell me what's been going on the last 6 months, because this is kind of what's happening. It's kind of like something has given you that electromagnetic current just in the last 6 months to have that spiritual awakening, to identify with your angels, your guides, your spirits, your masters, your teachers, and really kind of come out of your shell. Because again, you are your own worst enemy and your biggest fears are failure. So tell me what's up and stuff, girl.
But I've connected with Jill and Jen like in the last year, and then working like with my just meditation and kind of
Well,
learning.
not just that. What broke you down? Because you had to go through a breakdown in order to have a breakthrough. And this has been within the last couple of years. Who did you actually decide to release out of your life that was that toxic person? It wasn't something, it was someone specifically.
Um, Probably like my mom and
Yeah, I know it's a little touchy and go. Listen, we can love our parents. We don't have to always agree with them. But the reality is she was your incubator. She gave you life. So you love her, you accept her for who she is. But sometimes our parents do hold us back energetically. And I think this is what the forces of nature is right now, is that you have to almost cut those karmic ties with her and almost release her in order for you to step back into your life because she was enabling you. Would you agree?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a deep conversation. I don't think you knew that Psychic Deborah Graham was going to go that deep and large, did you?
Oh, I could guess.
Yeah, this is what you call the Deborah Graham spiritual anima, girl, deep and large. So this is what your takeaways are. Get a pen and paper. This is the work for you or anybody else out there who's listening to this podcast. To release that fear, to release those emotions. Write down the 5 things you love about your parents. Put those things between your box springs and mattress. Again, 5 things you love about your parents. Put it between your box springs and mattress. I mean, thanking them, letting them know how much you love them, how much you appreciate them, and all the things that they have done for you. Because again, if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be here, right? But you do definitely have, I'm perfect. So that's confirmation, validation. Most psychics get chills, I burp. So that's connecting with your spirit. You chose them. So this was part of your karmic contract to really come back and really learn that life lesson, right? And we thank them for who they are. Necessarily, they can't be exactly what you want them to be, but you have to clear that fear. And then you write down the 5 things you do not like about them. And you put those between your box springs and mattress at the foot of the bed. Why do you put it at the foot? Because you're releasing old trauma bonds. You're releasing old fears, old emotions. Again, just to go with relationship with your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, a lover, a friend, a companion, an ex-husband, an ex-wife, whatever it can be. And release that. And you thank them basically for the stuff they've learned you and the things that you have grown from. But then also the toxic energy, you're releasing them, but you're also thanking them. So leave it there for about 7 to 9 days and then take it and tear it up and flush it down the toilet. So you're letting go of the fear, you're letting go of those emotions, and you're becoming more authentic with yourself. And you're releasing the energy that is holding you back. Those are what we call energy attachments and energy vampires, right? And again, 90% of these people are not even aware nor conscious that they're actually even doing this. You get me what I'm saying? But
Oh yeah.
as you have had to kind of like roll over, it's almost like you had to die and rebirth yourself and come back again in this life. And you know what? People get sick from this. You end up with all kinds of illnesses. So it took you down, but now you're coming back up. So you're heading in the right place at the right time. I do believe that this year is all about filtration, but next year will be a stronger and better year. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah. Yeah, very much.
Well, girl, I wish you the best of luck. For more information, check us out at psychicdeborahgraham.com, and we can be able to schedule a one-on-one if you're interested.
Yeah,
For
thank you.
everybody
It's been an
out there,
honor.
thank you. Oh no, you're an angel, girl. You're doing God's work, and this is what you have to go through because you're gonna help other people to release their own trauma bonds. So you're basically a student going through an awakening, but your calling in life is to help others. So open your heart, open your soul to endless possibilities, and always use the word "I can do it." With that being said, you are a powerhouse. Okay, so never let your fear enable you. Let your fear be your fuel, and take that and turn it into something absolutely spectacular. Peace and love. Be well, my love. Take care. God bless.
Thank you. God bless. Thank you.
Deborah, do you mind if I just add just a couple of footnotes for Natalie?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Deborah. I turned over a couple cards, Natalie, and I just wanted to say that what I'm getting is you are absolutely on the right path. You can learn your lessons in this go around. I see completion. It's going to take strength. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take compassion for yourself. You're much, much too hard on yourself, dear. And also, you have to take some risks. You can't always play it safe. Okay, so those are my additional messages to you. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining us.
you. Thank
And
you.
I will agree with you 1000%. You were spot on one point because if people don't take risks, especially Natalie, then she's going to come back because it took her a long time to even actually answer the question that I asked her in the beginning. Are you ready to own your power? Are you ready to step into your power? Or do you want to come back in your next life? And she basically said she didn't know. So you have to rewind your body and sometimes take a step back in order to take 10 steps forward. Okay. And that's the story. I'm sticking to it, girl.
Thank you, Natalie.
Thanks.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Bye.
Bye.
And our next person.
Okay, was that okay that I added a little at the
I
end?
want you to.
Okay, all right, good, good, good.
I would love for both of you girls to
Okay.
add to it. Okay. Because I think we're going somewhere with this. Big
I
time.
like it. I like it.
All right, I'm going to admit Michelle.
Go for it.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Michelle.
Thank you for joining the Common Mystics with Psychic Deborah Graham, the Psychic Matchmaker.
I'm excited. I'm nervous.
Oh, she's all ready. She got her headphones on.
I got my
microphone, she's
headphones
ready to go.
on.
Large, girl, you're
I
ready for
know.
that enema, baby.
These are all Jennifer's.
We're friends. We're friends. Full disclosure.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, it's working, girl.
All
You're
right.
ready for a treat. So you better saddle up and strap it down because I'm getting ready to go on top and you're on the bottom. You ready for this, girl?
I'm ready.
So all I need is your question about whatever, and I'm going to channel that. And then I just need your birthday, month and date only. Don't need the year.
Okay, so my birthday's January 13th, and my question is, my life is always, I feel like, in constant chaos. Like, it's just one thing after another. So what do I do to just stop that and create some peace?
Okay.
And if I can't, then what's next?
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, you're on a level of frequency of like, boom. There I go, I'm burping, winner, chicken dinner. Most likely get chills, I get burped. That's confirmation, validation. I can't make this shit up if I wanted to, FYI. So the reality is that you are not going to be in fight or pilot mode anymore. Spirit is telling me that you are one with spirit, one with God, one with energy. You are not an organized religious person, but you're very tapped into spirituality and connection. And I feel like it's been a learning curve the last 7 years. Okay, so the interesting thing is the old you is shedding, the old you is dying. So imagine yourself like an onion, peeling back the layers and layers and layers of emotion. And that's what you held onto. Your own worst fear was failure. You were your own worst enemy. It's kind of like you're coming out, like that song. I'm coming out. Boom. I want the world to know. Gotta let it show. I'm coming, literally, physically, mentally, but also it's connected and resonating with me into your second chakra. The second chakra is the sexual chakra. That thing's got some cobwebs, girl. So it's time to clear that energy and give yourself a douche. What does that mean? You're ready to have fire in the hole and have that unconditional love because interesting enough, you fix everybody for everybody else. And then you end up basically kind of in the middle of the ocean, no paddle, no engine, not at peace, not happy, just kind of like, well, what the heck do I do next? So what's happening is you're bringing in that energy because you are a human vacuum cleaner. No offense, I'm going to say some stuff, so take it for what it is. That means you have to learn to say no, 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 no to everybody else and yes, yes, yes for yourself. So this is a year of me, for yourself. I can, I am, and I will. I'm going to write down 3 things. Get yourself a pen and paper. You're going to write down action, awareness, and acceptance. Okay, action is, what is your action for 2026? Kind of like, where do I want to be from here to dead, let's say, right? So that's your action. Awareness means that you need to be more aware of allowing yourself to connect with lower bottom feeder people because you got the loser magnet on your forehead. FYI, I'm not being rude, but would you agree? Be honest.
Sure, yes.
Okay, I mean, that's a tough one, but you know I go deep and large, girl. That's why you got to be 18 years old or older to ask the question to get the answer. But the biggest thing is you got to find that power and that passion to stop connecting with those bottom feeder people. And last but not least is having that aha moment and that awakening to use your own gifts, your own psychic abilities to really tap in. And that is your third chakra, otherwise known as the Gita. Do you know what the Gita is? Have you ever heard that terminology? Okay, so I'm going to explain it to you in layman terms. It is your belly button. It is the cord that connects you to your mother's mother's mother. So it's an energy that goes back in your family's lineage. I think some of your soul traps are karmic related, not yours. I think they're coming from the family, okay? And because you're an empath, I don't even know if you're aware of that you do feel things more than the normal person. That's why all these people come to you, men and women. You're like a universal remote control to all. And basically you fix them. And then when you need someone, it's very difficult for you to, number one, be open and ready and trust that someone's going to be there for you without them sabotaging you. So tell me what's been going on the last 2 years, because I feel like you've been stuck.
Yes, absolutely stuck.
Talk to me.
I feel like there's no
Does this resonate
movement.
everything I'm telling you? Would you agree?
Yes, I agree completely.
And this is why you need to filtrate that energy. So tell me what has happened that stands out, that one thing in your mind. Give me the 30-second version. What's been really going on? Because we really need to find love and happiness. First with you, first comes God, then yourself, and then that soul connection. Because I feel like that soul connection is there, but I feel like there's a block, and I feel like you are your block.
Where do I begin? So got divorced. I'm with the guy that was my first love. He's got his own issues. My kids got issues.
Don't do
Yeah.
that. Don't need the vacuum cleaner, the garbage disposal, girl. We got to stop, drop, and roll. So keep going.
My kids live with their dad, and dad has his issues, and my kids have their own issues that I'm trying to deal with, but now they're not living with me, so I'm dealing with that from afar.
So let me ask you, why don't you have that responsibility where your kids are not living with you, and why are we like co-parenting at least? Because I know he's a narcissist and he just sabotages your kids, and the longer he's there with them, the more he's going to suck their energy. Isn't that?
That's exactly. Basically because of finances. Because when we got divorced, he wasn't paying the bills, and I had no money for a good lawyer, and he had the lawyer. I didn't.
Yeah, so he basically strong-armed you. That's
Yeah.
what, so you guys can beat me, girls. That's what you call a bitch or a motherfucker. Excuse my French.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, it came out. It's what it is. Okay. Listen, he might have been a great sperm donor, but he's bringing negativity and he's bringing you down. And you are a beautiful woman. I want you to wake up in the morning, every morning, butt ass naked, and I want you to look at yourself and say, "I love myself, and I can do it." That's what you got to say. Get that belief system. I want you to wound up. I want you to saddle up, and I want you to find that love and relationship. And I know you're afraid of getting out there. Now I see why you got complex. But you got to open that up because you're still afraid from commitment, even with your soulmate. And you heard me say it's soulmate because he is your soulmate, by the way. But you can't take on his stuff. So right now, I'm going to give you the gift that's going to keep on going. The next 3 months. So we're going to put it out there. The next 3 months, you are for yourself, about yourself, and because of yourself, and you're not going to let nobody take that power. Is that understood?
Got it.
God bless you. And check us out at psychicdeborahgraham.com for more information, and we'll go from there. Okay.
I sure will. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. Well.
Hang on.
Michelle, I feel like you are going to be asking, is this making me happy? And shutting out whatever's not. And it feels like it's something new. It's a new muscle that you're going to be exercising. So ask that question to ask and to act accordingly. So if it's not making me happy, we're going to pivot and shed whatever is causing you unhappiness in your life.
I turned over some cards, and what's coming through is that you are living in this sort of folly energy. It seems like it's kind of your almost a defense mechanism. Like you keep it light, right? You're keeping it light, but you have to clear that away. You have to manually decide that you're going to get rid of the folly, and you know what I'm talking about when I say that, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
It's a shield that you're living in. You have to get rid of it. You have to lose it, and you have to start building something different. It's time to get serious. And I feel like you know what you have to do, but it's really scary. And you've had so many new starts over the past 7 years that it's really scary. But to answer your question, that's what needs to happen for the chaos to dissipate. Does that make sense?
Completely.
Basically, layman terms, she said for you to take back your power. Get your bitch back, girl.
Get your bitch back.
Get your bitch on. Get it on. Go deep and large, girl. Winner, chicken dinner. You got to do it. You got to take control back of your life to get your kids back. That's a big one. That's not okay. But there's a lot of people out there that get divorced. And I'm sorry, I'm jumping in again. But a lot of people get divorced. When you divorce, you don't divorce your children. You divorce your spouse. And this is what happened. It's like you got divorced and you lost your children. Do you understand me what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's not okay because there's a fine line between heaven and hell. And in my books, there's a place in hell for people like that. I'm sorry, I'm very direct.
I've said that a million times.
Michelle, thank you so much for joining us.
Michelle.
Bye.
God bless
Love
you.
you.
Take care.
And we have our next visitor, Daniela.
Okay, you ready?
Let's get going.
We have a speaker on. It's okay.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Talk to us, Daniela. What's your question for Deborah Graham?
Okay, hi everyone. Okay, so my question is, I have a project I've been working on for a few years, and it's done, but it just needs fine tuning for me to get it out there. So my question is, how do I get the momentum going to get the project like off the floor?
Okay, let's have your birthday. Just month and date only, please, Daniela.
My birthday?
Yep.
June 30th, 1980.
Woo, you're fire, girl. This is a strong year because this is our fire horse year. So this means that you're ready to start galloping. There's going to be a highs, there's going to be a lot of lows going up into 11/11 of 2026. But after you get that galloping going, it feels like it's going to come in, and there are going to be other people investing. So it doesn't mean that they're going to be partners, but they're going to be
You
investing.
know what? I can't hear. It's kind of choppy.
Okay. Do you want to go somewhere else? Like move around?
It's me? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because we can hear you fine. I think you might be
Okay.
service.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Let me make sure. I heard fire.
Oh, yeah, she's ready for fire and passion in her business, her love, her relationship, and you need those angel investors right now.
Okay, well, can we try that again?
Okay, so you're ready for those angel investors to come in and help you. It doesn't mean necessarily that anybody's going to be taking over your business. It just means that you're connecting. And 11/11 is the Pacific date and time of 2026 when things really just kind of like boom come together. And you're really going to find that grit and that power and that passion because your brain is like an engineer. It goes 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. In fact, you get your best ideas between 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning because that's when the energy and the portals are open up the most. Okay, and you're going to see the number 11/11 and 3/3 everywhere you freaking go the next 3 weeks. Okay, so what that's telling me is don't get frustrated if things don't really open up or sense energetically or emotionally until 11/11. But the good news is after that day and time, that's when you're going to get ready and go bigger, go better. And the one thing is don't lose faith because you've had a lot of obstacles, but those obstacles you have to go through that because if you just had it happen too quick and too fast, you wouldn't respect it. And now I feel like that is your timeline to put it. So don't give up on it. Trust the process. Does that resonate with you, girl?
Yes, definitely.
Amen. You are doing it, okay? And creative consciousness. So I don't know if you thought about writing a book or a memoir or something. I do see that in your future as well. Just wanted to throw that out, Daniela.
Okay, thank you.
So
Yeah,
it's there. Yeah,
yeah.
you're there, girl. You have been through it. You've been, excuse my French, screwed, glued, and tattooed all your life. And you have to go through that in order to get to where you are. And the biggest thing is trusting people, okay? Because you trusted the wrong people at the wrong place at the wrong time. But now I feel like that door is opening because you've been in a stuck energy for 12 years. Exactly 12 years is what Spirit says. So now that energy is opening up to really get your electromagnetic force field kind of like wheels in motion. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, no, you're there. So I'm going to turn you over to the girls and let them read you.
Daniela, it's Jill.
Hi, Jill.
Hi. I feel like you are in a position right now where you're opening up like the door to the shop. Like you're saying open for business now, whereas before you weren't ready yet. But now it's like you're unlocking the door, you're turning on the lights, and you're like, okay, I'm ready for this to happen. And I think that that's going to make all the difference in the energy that is being received by you as well.
No,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Daniela, it's Jen. I turned over some cards while Deborah and Jill were talking. And first of all, a lot of the things that Deborah said are coming up in the cards too. There are some ties to the past that seem to be holding the project back. There is a lot of creativity here. I see that as a major force for you. That creative piece, that is going to take you far. Another thing that I see is that your plate is really full right now. I feel like, think about, and I can't tell you when the right time is, but it's a question of timing because you can't take it all on yourself at least. So you either have to get help or trust others to help with this project or decide maybe this isn't the right time because I have a million things on my plate. But I also feel like you're not always realistic about that and you can tend to take on more and you always get it done, Daniela. You always get it done, but it's at because you're cutting yourself short, right? And you're not taking care of Daniela. So, hell or high water, this is going to be a success, but there are energetic ties specifically to the past and to everything else on your plate. Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense. And you're right. I always get it done, but I'm tired of the uphill, dragging it along, taking so much time.
Exactly.
So I know that, yeah, it is something I'm kind of ready to get help with it and not carry it like I carry everything else.
All right.
So yeah, that definitely resonates.
100%. So one question I have to ask you, what happened 12 years ago? Let's go deep and large. Let's open up that portal.
Years ago, 2014?
I guess so, 12 years. I sucked it back, girl, but I said 12 years ago.
Is that okay? 2000. Well, I got a divorce. That was my life in 2017, but I think really things started like unraveling for me in 2014.
There
Actually,
you go. And that's when you started to identify your own authentic energy and realize that I'm not going to live for somebody, about somebody, because of somebody. I will take back my power and I will live the life that I was born to live. And I'm not going to be afraid to step out of my comfort zone. I'm ready to step into my power. Listen, Spirit's telling you need some selenite, okay? So you can pick up one anywhere. You know, look, I'm burping again. Wait, I can't make this shit up if I wanted to, girls. This just comes out of me. It's like burping out the mouth, girls. Get selenite. Put it by your bed. And if anybody are feeling trauma, is feeling blockages, selenite is an actual kind of like a universal crystal that actually neutralizes everything, but it will keep you up at night. So you need to put like something on top of it, like maybe a sheet, a towel or something, because it will give you a lot of energy, it'll make you wired at night. But you do need that because so many downloads are coming on. But I feel like whatever happened energetically, and you had that aha moment 12 years ago, I still feel like there's some cords that need to be cut. So definitely check us out at psychicdeborahgraham.com for more information. We can go deep and large, figure out how to release those. But number one, you have to do exactly what Jill said. You have to let that shit go. And that's a story, we're sticking to it. Anything else girls want to add to her?
No, you've been amazing.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. I can't wait
We
to
just had a list of beautiful foursome. That's how we do it.
That was wonderful. Beautiful. Thank you so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thanks, Daniela.
Thank you, Daniela.
Okay, have a good day. Okay,
You
bye.
too. We got one more person up, and he should be here. Do not report. I sent him an email to remind him and to let him know that we were running early, but he's not here yet. So I have a question while we're waiting.
Yes, anything.
Okay, so you are giving a lot of advice on how to rid energy, how to cultivate energy, and in our world, that's almost earth magic-y. Do you feel that same connection, or would
Well,
you
it's all
classify
coming
it?
from God, so whether you want to call it earth magic, spirit magic, energy magic, vibration, or universe, I don't connect to any other source but God. God
Love
first in me and everything else. And when I listen, I feel enough spirits, I don't want to take on anybody else's spirits. Like people go there reading like, oh, I'm channeling in this spirit guy or whatever. I'm like, honey, I don't want them to know spirit guys in my ass. I can connect to one source only. It is the higher power, whether you call it God, Allah, master, teacher, creator. So I call it the metaverse. I call it the universe. Okay, and that's the committee. And when I connect with that energy, this information just comes in rapid fire. It's just coming in. So not only I'm going to give you the advice, tell you how to fix it, but I'm going to teach you and learn, and I'm going to give you a solution how to do it specifically. So you're not living in your head, because that's what happens with a lot of people. Like all these callers, they got it, but they're just living in the past. And I think that's probably most of people's problems, is that we're afraid of, oh my God, what is going to happen? If I don't do this, what is going to happen? If I were to sit there and think about every single thing that I've done my whole life, I wouldn't be where I'm at. If I sat there and overthought about, should I do a reality TV show? What's going to happen? Oh my God, if I didn't just jump with it, I would end up with a book. I would end up with, my book is from HCI, the same people who do Chicken Soup for the Soul. That manifests through that TV show. Then I would have been interviewed by Jenny McCarthy, several years ago, and I would end up on Sirius XM radio. So like all these callings and all this energy, you gotta just go for it. I'm gonna say something probably pretty deep and large, but if you live too much in your head, you're gonna shrivel up like a freaking prune and come back and do it again. So you have to really listen to the Gita, and the Gita is the energetic connection to God and God consciousness. And again, we all are psychics. Okay, I like to call myself psychic because I'm psycho because you do what I do 24/7 and you girls do it. You can't turn this off. It is with you from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. It is just my, antennas are constantly buzzing. My body is constantly vibrating with a big old vibrator inside of me. And when you have this, I have people that say, and I'm sure you guys have had it too, where people will say, oh my God, I want to do what you do. Do you really want to do what we do? Because think about it. It's with you. And I mean, you're taking it on. And if you sit there and you think about it, you don't have somebody who's next to you that can say, okay, I got an assistant who can do this for you. No, it's you. You feel it. You got it. It's you. Somebody can't learn what you learn. You have it. And if you're born with it, you're born with it. You just learn how to enhance it. But we all have abilities. It's just whether one wants to step into it. And if one would listen to their, excuse me again, connecting with that Gita, that's the fire vibration. That is your energy speaking, saying, you're on track. You got to do it.
Deborah, I agree 100% that we all have the ability. We all are psychic. We all have that intuition. Do you ever feel like when it comes to you yourself and you're trying to get answers for you yourself, do you ever feel blocked because you want something so badly that it's almost
All
like,
the time.
yeah,
Because I can't read for myself.
yeah.
That's the problem. I can read for others. It's like a doctor. He can't perform surgery on himself. And I must go to a doctor. So I have healers. I have people that, I'll trust and I'll let in my energy field and I'll let them read me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, tell me what you got,
Yeah.
So, the truth of the fact is sometimes it's better for you as a psychic or a healer not to read yourself, because then you might be afraid of the outcome of what you're feeling or seeing for yourself. So when you're reading somebody, you just give them the information. They do it as they want. I can't even read my own kids. I can't read my.
Really?
I'm going to tell you who my teacher and mentor is my mom. Okay, my mom was, I'm third generation. So I come from a third generation psychic family. It was my grandmother, me, my mother, and then myself. So my mom would give me always this information. I'll give you guys a great example. So my husband, he's like, I can't do anything without your mom knowing. Well, my mom died 30 years ago, literally. Okay, she comes to me and shows me shit all the time. So I'm going to go back about 10 years ago. I have a fear of water because my mom drowned in water, right? She drowned, it looked like, it was 8 feet, 9 feet of water. It was only maybe, maybe 7 or 8 feet of water, whatever. 7 to 8 feet of water. It looked like it was 2 to 3 feet, but it was like 7 or 8 feet. I'm kind of like rounded up there with that. I don't like talking about it, but it comes up. And I have a fear of water. I just always have. And yes, I live in Florida. I live in the water. I'm talking to you girls, and I'm looking literally, I got like 4 feet of land and then boom, right into the water. So I'm always just very protective of the water. So he bought a jet ski around 10 years ago. He did not tell me he bought the jet ski because he knows I'm kind of weird. I don't have a problem if it's a boat. A jet ski, I don't know. I just get a little freaked out about that. Okay. So he didn't tell me. But my mom came to me in a dream that day, that night, that he bought the jet ski. Now I would have never found it because it was in our backyard, covered up with a tarp, and I never went to the backyard, like inside the backyard. Okay. And I wouldn't have went back there. She came to me in the dream and she says, hey, I just want you to know that George bought a jet ski and it's in your backyard under a tarp. I woke up, I was like, that was a very detailed dream. I woke up and I looked at him, I said, did you buy a jet ski? He said, how do you know? I said, my mom just came to me in a dream and showed it. And he was like, what? I said, I'm going outside to go see if she's right. Holy Mary, Mother, and Joseph, there was a jet ski. So what I'm trying to get to is my mom channels so many things. I mean, she has saved my daughter's life right after she had a baby because she just had a little girl. She went septic. She ended up, I forget what that is, but some others get it right before pregnancy or during pregnancy, but her body ended up going septic. And why? It's because she had kidney stone that was blocking her. And we wouldn't have known it because the doctors thought she was just having a virus. But my mom came to me in a dream and she said, Scarlett just had 5 babies. And I said, 5 babies? I'm like, no, she just had one little girl. What are you talking about? She goes, no, she may not be here long enough to take care of those babies. I said, what? I woke myself up out of the dream. It was around 3 or 4 in the morning. Called her immediately. I said, how are you feeling? She goes, I still don't feel good. I'm still throwing up. I mean, it's just really bad. Since she's going to the hospital now. I'm 600 miles away in Florida. She's in Georgia. So I called my girlfriend. I said, look, her husband's gonna stay watch the baby. You need to take her to the hospital. I don't like this dream. I just said, she says, I'm on it. Took her to the hospital. They didn't wait on her in the hospital. They ran her right through. Within 30 minutes, my girlfriend called. She said, there's a team of doctors back there. I don't know what's going on. They called me shortly. They said, we're rushing her into emergency surgery. I said, whoa, wait a second. I said, I'm driving. I'm leaving now. They said, you don't got time. She's got 2 hours to live here. We just did the CT or whatever it was. She had 5 kidney stones blocking her. Those were the 5 babies mom was talking about. Remember in the beginning?
Yes.
Okay. So she had 5 kidney stones blocking her, and she was definitely on her way out. So my mom did come to me in the dream, and that call to action. So always pay attention to your dreams, because when the universe speaks and your loved ones are trying to come in, it's very difficult for them. So when they speak, you better listen. That's what I say.
Yeah. What are well, I assume you sometimes have dreams that aren't visitations, correct? Like sometimes you'll just have a dream that isn't like a visitation from a spirit.
Oh, yeah, like
Okay.
all kinds of different dreams, but they all mean something.
They all mean something. But how do you know?
Yes.
For those people listening who maybe dream about someone and they're wondering, was that a visitation or was I just remembering my grandma? Like, how do you know? Like, what are your telltale signs that no, this is a visitation? I'm not just remembering grandma in my dream. Do you know what I mean?
They come to you if you see grandma in the dream. She might be coming there to comfort you. You might be going through something. There might be a decision you're trying to make, and she's letting you know, hey, I'm here. I'm gonna walk you through it. Go for it.
Yeah.
It could be that you're having a dream about work and it looks chaotic. And
Yeah.
you're for something that means maybe it's time to make a a change in your work, or it could be somebody trying to backstab you. So there's always a reason in a dream. Dreams
Okay.
don't just come in because you're just in a dream state. Oh no, and I gotta say something to you. 90% of the world hardly ever dreams. Okay, like my assistant Joy, she never dreams. Ever. See, for you guys, it's normal.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
out there don't dream. A lot of people dream, and if they dream black and white. And some people seldomly do dream. Okay, so when you're dreaming, pay attention to those dreams. Not everybody dreams.
That's good
And when you
advice.
dream, that means you're open. That means the information is coming in. But the problem is, we as human beings, sometimes we don't pay attention to signs.
Mhm.
And you need to always write it down. I say that's super important.
For sure. For sure.
Okay, well, we are waiting for Howard. I happen to know Howard's question, but we're waiting for him and he hasn't logged on yet.
What time did you tell him to log on? Is
5
it
minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Maybe
his
how are they
question,
making it?
I know, I keep emailing him too.
Well, I can invite him. Should I, or no, forget it. Okay.
I mean, I'm emailing him.
Okay.
Yeah. His
You can have
question
his
is,
birthday.
Do we have his birthday?
I don't, do you?
No.
No, I don't have his birthday.
I don't want to give false information.
Okay.
When
Okay.
I'm having somebody here, I like to use my gift naturally and organically, and I like to do it the right way. And I'm a very odd person. If we just had a birthday, I could have went boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give any information on something that may not be correct. I take what I do seriously.
Yeah. No, I
Okay.
appreciate that. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Are we going to give him a few more minutes? Can we give him a few more minutes and chat?
Of course, we can
Okay.
chit chat. Oh God, absolutely.
What
You
other
know,
questions do you have for Deb? Oh, I have a question. Why is spirit so like, why do they always speak, not always, most of the time speak in analogies or metaphors? Like,
Riddles.
why don't they just come out and say she's got 5 kidney stones? What's with the babies? And like right before,
Right.
right? Like just like if you can say babies, you can say kidney stones. But like right before COVID, like Jill had a dream of our grandmother, and grandmother was like sweeping the house, right?
I had a dream that mom came to
Oh.
me and there was a tornado and
Tornado.
she was like something bad's coming and I'm like, do I have to gather up my cats? And she was like, no. But I knew something, she said something bad
But
was
she
coming.
said a tornado.
Yeah.
Like, why not just say a disease? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that was like right before COVID,
I'm
like
not-
right before the shutdown.
I'm not sure if she said tornado or if there was a tornado in the dream.
But that's what this thing was. COVID was a tornado. It came in like a bat out of hell.
yeah.
So she
Yeah.
did elaborate it. Okay. I'll give you guys exactly the analogy.
Okay.
That is something I don't think I know for a fact.
Okay.
They have to do that because there's a reason. Okay. There's a parallel of energy that connects us from the physical world to the spiritual world. It's kind of like the inside out. Okay. And if when they do cross in and try to explain things, they can't go specifically and tell you exactly, this is what's happening. We have a big disease going to come, or, your daughter has a kidney stone and blah, blah, blah. They can't do that because then they attach themselves to you energetically and then they pull your ass with them. And then that means you're going to die.
Oh.
Basically, they have to go in there and do it. And it's always a riddle. It's always a riddle. It's
I
like putting
see.
a piece together to a puzzle. And if they come too strong into you, so for like instance, my mom, she'll pick me up once a month. She always picks me up. We go on a drive. We go out to, this is not a joke. This is like a spiritual thing. We like in the dream or outside, inside. We'll go to lunch. We'll go do something, whatever it is that we're doing. And we're talking about stuff that really makes no sense, but it really made a lot of sense. And she'll always drop me off in kind of like a desert parking lot, or it looks almost like, storage units where you go and you put like your stuff in.
Yes.
It just looks like a whole bunch of doors, and she'll say, okay, you gotta go. And then I get very pissed off. It's like, why did you drop me off? Why did you leave me there? Why did you do that? Because if they take me with them, then that means I'm no longer in the physical form. That means I'm in the spiritual form. That means her soul is coming to take my ass on the other side. So
Mhm.
she has to do that. But every time she does that, I get really sad. And in the dream, I take it very offensively because it's like, why is she doing this? And then she'll have, if there's somebody else in the car with her who's deceased or whatever it is, and they'll go. Or like one time, I'll give you a great example. She went, this was, oh my God, years ago. I'm going back like 8, 9 years ago. She came and she picked me and my sister up. Now my sister was alive, okay? And she took us shopping, but she didn't buy one thing for me. She didn't buy anything for me. She bought all for my daughter, all for my sister. Bought everything for my sister. And she basically left me off, but her and my sister went off and they did something. And I was very upset. Well, a few years later, she passed away from glioblastoma stage 4 cancer.
Oh,
So what
wow.
I'm trying to get to is there's a reason for all these metaphors and all these energies. They don't always come in exactly the way you want them to, but they come in the way they need to. So, you know, it's kind of like using your better judgment, listening to your Gita. That Gita is so important. This is not even a joke. You have to listen. There I go burping again. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So when you're listening to that third chakra, the Gita, that's giving you the energy to connect back to your soul energy and your vibration. Because when you're connecting with that soul vibration, another thing that people want to do if they're wanting to awaken their third eye or really tap into that is to take their two right index fingers right next to your thumb. So here's your thumb, here's your two right index fingers, and tap right here in the middle of your forehead for 2 to 3 minutes at night before you go to bed. And ask your third eye to be awakened, to see what you need to see, feel what you need to see, to actually create that electromagnetic force field. So you're able to download that information for, 3 to 5 minutes at night. It'll actually help activate your whole entire central nervous system. It'll open up the third eye as well.
Wow. I love that.
It's a
I'm going to
wonderful
start
thing
doing
to
that.
do. Yeah.
That's incredible.
I think that Howard may have gotten the times mixed up because he's 10 minutes late.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can always
Come back
do.
on and do it again.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh,
Deborah,
I'm
you are
happy
too
to come
good.
back on. Oh no, we'll do this again. I'm happy to do it as long as the time permits for you girls and me. Let's go deep. Let's go large. And we'll have another show.
Well, we're excited that we're going to meet you on the 1st of August. We're going to,
Yes,
and
I'm
you're going to
so
go in a,
excited. Oh, I'm
yes,
excited about this journey. This is gonna be
yes,
fun.
we are too.
we are so excited. I just want to give you a heads up. I'm a very large woman. I'm
No,
6 feet tall.
she's tall.
So, yes, so I can come across like really,
She's a lot.
I'm a
is
lot.
what she's saying.
I'm a lot.
I love it. I love it.
I do think that Deborah can handle you though.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that. I love that energy. I love that vibration, that energy, and that electromagnetic current that you have. Both of you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank you so much
much.
for joining
I love
us
it
today.
the way you guys channel and the way you do it. Again, I'm going to give your guys as listeners 75% off. So anybody who wants to book a one-on-one, they could go to psychicdeborahgraham.com, and don't forget to listen to the podcast, The Psychic Connection with Deborah Graham, which is you can stream that anywhere, any place, anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much,
Well,
Deborah.
thank you so much, and God bless you guys. God be with you, and peace out. Be well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.